What's up, everybody? My name is Not Lad, and welcome back to Find Love or Die Trying. Yes, that's right, we're back. And, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. I called a lot of this. I don't know if I'm right on the last thought that I had, where it's like this whole world we're in is a simulation. Really, I'm really thinking it is. But obviously, we're trapped. But we're gonna see what happens in this episode here. Just let me drink a little water. Alright. Anyways, we just learned that there's like some deeper secret about me that apparently Kat knows, but I don't. But we're gonna figure out what that is. She's gonna tell me as we go. So, alright. I won't allow it. There's no way we are letting Eef go back there without us. Aw, that's so sweet. You said it, sister. Wow, all these women fighting over me now. That's pretty sweet. I'm not letting you lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please, you know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this, Kat. I don't like this, Kat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Kat's right. Kat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Like old times. I don't know. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before countless times. I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damon pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Kat's lead. It's earlier than I'd planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. Oh, that's her. I'm sorry. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you are together. Oh, I think that's supposed to be a separate thought there. We'll find out if you are together. Though, if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came onto this show, you were a producer just like me. I knew it! Called it. I knew it. Alright. We used to work together. We were partners. Like, what kind of partners are we talking about? Partners in crime? Partners in marriage? Wife material? Waifu? In more ways than one, though that was forever ago. Oh. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it with. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. Aw. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we need to shut this place down if we want there to be a world out there at all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we did just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day he got closer and closer to figuring out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late. By then, Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and I were together, and then you sold me out right when we were trying to escape. Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you would. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons? Sure. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out her master key and slid it into the hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Click. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into 2 doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then light. Blinding light. And applause? Welcome, welcome. You finally made it. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Okay, I see. I'll just get that in case. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on the center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes, and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show. Oh, we wouldn't have a show with you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Oh man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. You just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I got to say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you a room and board? You gave Eef a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun, and more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field. It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons lying around are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on the show just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes. Boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game, understand? Loud and clear. Then let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. I'm gonna take a picture of that one too. That make a good covering. Alright. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Skip. What's the matter? You're like 2 rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. F! It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Eef, you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working. But why? Well, he's shooting at you. I figure that's probably a pretty scary situation. He's reloading. Come on. We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Oh, I saw I got an achievement there, but that's just a friend jumping on. Damn, looks like they are fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. But the second one, Kat realized it the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Let's... Uh-oh. Another 2 shots rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. F. How come he gets that effing hand cannon? The budget's got to go somewhere, I guess. Anyways, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium opposite the entrance until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd have hit it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screen above the arena. Congrats, you found the switch. What? What did I just do? Oh, I'm sorry. I touched something I wasn't supposed to. It's a damn shame I forgot to mention something about this switch here. There's a catch. It won't do jack shit even if you both have access as long as I have got a heartbeat. And I plan on sticking around. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy from what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Kat, Eef, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. We'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on find love or die trying. Oh, no, I'm not. No, if it came down to that, like, we had no choice. Like, there was absolutely no choice. I would have her shoot me first. I'm not gonna kill somebody I've grown fond of, no. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can't even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. Oh, I can even guarantee. Okay, I'm sorry. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know. Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on our face. And there was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Eef, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun, the only real one we've got. Oh boy. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that sounds. The simple reality is I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me? I'm as good as you get on this island. I think I'm our best bet to taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me... She closed her eyes and pressed her fingers against her forehead. What? Like this? Oh, then please make it quick. Aw. I'm trying to imagine what she was doing, like, like that. Like that, I don't know. That, I don't know. The gun in my hand had never felt so heavy. On one hand, a guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all that she has done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. Okay. I'm going to save. That's my usual thing, ain't it? Actually, let's save it over this one. Yes. Return. But I know already what I'm going to do. I'm going to trust her. I'm a trusting fella. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done? After everything you've done, yes. I still trust you. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it. But I know there's good in you. And I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Eef. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Even if I made the wrong choice, I don't regret it. I believe in our world today, we do not trust each other enough. And it's kind of the fault of media and everything else. And just nobody trusts each other. And it's like, yeah, bad things can happen. But so what? If something bad happened to me, if a tree fell on this house, I would have lived knowing I'd had a great life, that I did everything as best as I could. And everybody knows that I love them dearly and stuff like that. It's like, I wouldn't be leaving on bad terms or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, anything can happen. So what? You know, that's just how I see it. That's just how I am. I know not everybody's like that, but I believe in giving some trust. Like, we need to give a little more trust sometimes. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hid it with the same poker face she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around, and repeated, "How much time has passed?" It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around, then looked to her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make or break it. Look back to Kat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. I don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her, with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun off from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run, something I've forgotten, something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship, wouldn't start. That's it then. Oh, it's our date with Kat now. No, I don't know if that's true. I never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do, Eef. The engine's broken, and the guards will be here any minute. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. Oh, sorry, that was me. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's two of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be suicide. But that's not what you'll be doing. I had her shoot me to protect her. Me, I'm just nobody, but you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Eve. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but us both dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here, a second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know, and I'm sorry. Where this picture comes from. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sights directly at me. I'm gonna get that one. I wondered where this one came from. Okay. And now, we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you even without them. Right back at you, Kat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Eve. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Whoa, wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound one last time. I could hear the guards coming now. We've only seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I could see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad, I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I had been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try to stay conscious. So if she shot me in the head, I'd be dead, just straight up. I don't think I'd survive that, so I'm really curious, how did they restore me? It's as you said, Father. Anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You've made your old man very, very proud. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, Eve, you're in luck. See, the whole escaping thing, I'm afraid I'm not going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comment back, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. A new opportunity's just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Uh-oh. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Eve anymore. He laughed manically. I never did like Eve much anyway. My vision's fading. His world turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumpling into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Kat. I love you, always have, always will. I'm so sorry for what I forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality, I've almost reached Kat. I pushed myself to run faster and faster, faster than I've ever ran in my life. Kat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarms going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Kat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's fingers pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Kat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories from a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Kat and throw myself in front of her, because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning instead of flame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard that I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Did you get him? Wake up, Eef. Please, please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I'd never heard her sound so desperate. Please, just wake up. I can't lose you again, not again. It took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God, don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Kat, I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch? We should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. Just cut my hand off and take it with you. It's fine. I won't be needing it anymore. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now that I know what it feels like. I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There was nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. That day, I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island alive, and well, even if it wasn't the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Aw. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off from the ground and onto her back. Oh wow. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me. Aw. Stop. You're gonna get yourself killed. Then that's exactly what I'm gonna do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step towards the switch. And I told myself then. Oh, that was her. I told myself then. She stepped forward again. Her legs were trembling. That if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it, yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you, Eef. That you're still the same Eef that I fell in love with. Man, I just need to make this a point. Ever since we created the name Eef, it was supposed to be funny in the beginning, but now it legitly sounds like a legit name to me. I've said it so many times. And in these contexts, it sounds normal. I don't even question it anymore. Alright. Throat's getting dry. Alright. We were just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. We're here. I was in love with you from the start. In the first episode, go back if you don't believe me. I was hoping that she was an option because I really thought she was cute. We made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. Excuse me. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Eef. I'm gonna have you put you down for a sec. Okay, I think it meant to say I'm gonna have to put you down for a sec. No problem. Kat gently rested me on the ground. F, I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we'd all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony? The cacophony? Oh, the cacophony! Sorry. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it, Eef. I'm sorry, Eef. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know. I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you, Eef. Always have and always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in different place, a different time. In a different place at a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, if we... Kat? Kat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Kat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked to Kat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw that what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be... It's the girls, isn't it? They came for us. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. Kat, for sure. I'm sorry, everybody. Aw. After knowing that, after our history, everything... Oh, shoot. I should have saved. I just jumped into that, like, instantly. Well, you know what? It was my choice. I'm probably not going to go back and choose a different thing anyways, but... I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Ow, F. I looked down to my body. I'd been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. Eef, you're up. Hey, Yui. Where are we? We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now. That's a relief. Everyone's okay? I'll let you be the judge of that. Yui ran off, then came back a few moments later. You had us worried, Eve. I'm so glad to see you are all right. You didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. I'm just thankful it worked. It's so good to see you safe and sound, Eve. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that too. You did it. You did great, Eve. The Resistance could use somebody like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? Thanks, you guys. You really stuck out your necks to save Kat and I. I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us, Eve. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you'd left. There was no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you, Eve. Oh man, here comes the heartbreak. I'm just guessing, but... Yeah, I know Kat said not to, but hey. I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. We managed to save the Brothers 5 too. I couldn't just let them be stranded after, well, all that we've been through together. I'm glad too, I was kind of curious about that. I'm glad to hear that. There's no way we could have escaped without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Kat... Kat's doing well too. She's resting in the room next door. She didn't think you wanted to see her. I see. Thanks for letting me know, Yui. I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Kat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean right hook. It's so good to see you all. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face together. I also, by the way, I know we're going over time, but this episode is going to be longer because I believe we're at the end here. This seems very final, so you bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes. I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Eve. You got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute, if everyone's here and Kat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series exit for Terabyte. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it's been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. Oh, sorry, that was her. It's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Eve some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you, everybody, for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together. And, all that, right? See you later, Eve. Alright. Enough with the cheese. Get out before Eve turns. I mean, before Eve needs rest. Yes. And with that, I was alone. Whew, I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, she was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island, even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So thank you again, Eef. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today's the day that would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think everyone wants to hear an answer from you. Oh no! That kind of decision takes some time to think over, so I figure you need a little space. Thanks, Scarlett. You're right. It's my pleasure. She kissed me on the cheek. Well, I'll see you later. See you, Scarlett. And then I was alone in the room. It's a tough choice, but it's one I now have to make. They're all such incredible people. I'd be lucky to be with any of them. Anyone would. I sat in silence for a time, both resting and contemplating what to do. Is it a life of excitement with Allie? A life of rediscovery with Scarlett? A life enjoying the simple things with Yui? A life challenging our limits with Violet? A life of freedom with Tara? And then I just knew. I got up from the bed. I walked to the door of my room and looked for the room next to mine. There. I looked through the window and I just knew. I opened the door. Hey. Hey, Eve. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I'm surprised your face is intact. It's survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, the girls are hoping you'll ask one of them out today. They'll get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Kat, and only you. You've been there for me from even before I can remember meeting you. Hang on, just in case I need to cover art, I don't know. There is no way I could have ever gotten off this island, or anyone else could have if it wasn't for you. And I know that there's so much we have to figure out, and so much we don't know in this world. But I know I want to face that world with you. Kat. Oh, Kat. Oh, just like that. Aww. Nah, that's a cover art. That's so cute. Aww. Tears were streaming down her face. I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself that it would never happen because it was too painful. Oh, that's her. I'm sorry. I tried so hard to convince myself that it would never happen because it was too painful to even hope. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes, yes, yes. I love you, Kat. I love you too, Eve. More than you could ever know. Wherever life takes you is where I'll go. We held each other close and kissed for the first time in years. Memories flooded back with each passing moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love. The day I proposed to her the first time, and now today, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making new memories together, Kat. I love you. Oh, and that's it. Oh. Well, at least I didn't have to go through the painful part of telling all the other girls who I chose. We should just leave that up to the imagination, unless that's what the DLC is about. Oh gosh, oh that's not good. But who knows? Man, okay. We have to talk about this game because my gosh, what an incredible game. Part of me is so sad that it's done. And another part of me is just really ecstatic to know how it ended. Ah, man, and it is, well, I don't know how simple of a game it is, but it seemed like it was simple. There was no big cutscenes or anything. Oh, we're gonna have this fun music in the background. But anyways, what an amazing game. I can't believe this game is free. That's the one thing I'm so astounded with. And it had such great story. The characters were amazing. It gave me choices, but the one thing I didn't like about that is just that the choices didn't really seem to matter too much, except these last ones. The last ones I think really would have turned the tide of the story by a lot. I mean, I could have shot Kat, and all that would have been over. Or I could have chose somebody else too. I really don't know what that would have done. But my gosh, that was awesome. What an amazing game. I love the story. I love the relationships. I love that it wasn't too over the top. There wasn't a whole lot of swearing in there, which I appreciate that, because when it becomes too much, it's just too much. And I don't care for swearing myself. So that was nice that they didn't go overboard on that. But they really did make such an amazing story, such awesome characters. And just the interaction I got to have with them was really fun. And the mystery behind it always had me enticed, and I always wanted to know what was coming up next. So this was so well done. Oh man, to the creator of this game, you did such an amazing job. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys, everybody at home, enjoyed this series. It's not done. I will be getting the DLC when possible. It may be a little bit before I'm able to get it. We got some other series that are coming out right away too, which stay tuned, because Call of Cthulhu is coming next, which is a very big game that I was hoping to do, and also we have some Dead Space games and other stuff too. So anyways, spoilers, but yeah. Anyways, stuff is coming. But yeah. This is it. This amazing game. I don't know if there's anything else here in this menu. It doesn't look like it. I don't think there's anything if I was to continue. I think I could make different choices, but being we're going to get the DLC, I don't want to accidentally change anything that I shouldn't. So we'll have to see. But I am curious to see what it'd be like to choose any one of the girls. We'd probably get different art for each of the girls too, so I don't know what happened, but maybe we'll try that sometime too. But anyways, yeah, all I have is good things to say about this game. This game was incredible, and I just cannot believe it is free. It was such a good game. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna end it here though. So this is Find Love or Die Trying. Find it on Steam, play it yourself, and see what outcome you come with if you make different choices, and let me know if it comes out with a different outcome. So with that, I'm gonna end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Not Lad, signing off. Later guys.